Hi guys, how are you all doing? This is the Tennis World with the Tennis Expert. I am your tennis expert. A big warm welcome to my viewers right around the world. Yannick Sinner from Italy is your 2024 US Open champion. Didn't I tell you guys this would happen? Didn't I tell you? What I actually said was my clock started at 0. So I don't know if people have heard what I've said. But yeah, big warm welcome, Tennis World with Tennis Expert. Yannick Sinner is your 2024 US Open champion, guys. I told you this would happen. What I said was, though, I said it would be 4 sets, but I thought the most likely outcome was 4 sets, so that was my prediction. 3 sets was my second most likely outcome. It was about a 60% chance for me. This would be 4 sets, 40% of straight sets. It was on that borderline of 3 to 4 sets. So what happened? Fritz served out for one of the sets, and that was the borderline moment. If he holds serve, Sinner wins in 4 sets. If he doesn't, it's straight sets. That one game determines it. I thought it would be 4, but I knew there was a big chance it would be 3. And it was like a flip of a coin, whether Sinner wins in 3 or 4 sets. It turns out I was 1 game away from getting this right, 4 sets, but it was 3. And I got the semifinals right. I got Fritz over Tiafoe. I got that right in 5 sets. And I got Sinner over, can't think of his name now, but the British guy. He beat him in straight sets. Draper, that's it. Yeah, so Sinner beat Draper in straight sets, got that right. And Fritz beat Tiafoe in 5 sets, got that right. And then I had Sinner in the final over Fritz in 4 sets, maybe 3, but I went for 4. And Fritz served out and almost made it a 4-set defeat, but couldn't do it, so a straight set. So that's the only one I got wrong, but I was 1 game away from getting it right. So pretty good predictions, I would say, guys. What do you think? And the matches all happened the way I thought they would, like the semifinals. Tiafoe, Fritz both going for it, hitting a lot of winners, a lot of errors. Whoever hits the line more will win. That's what happened. I said Sinner just will out overpower Draper in straight sets. That happened. Then this final, what did I say? I said all the things about Fritz, his power game, his big serve, his power shots in the rally, his attacking game. Sinner has all that, and Sinner can match him on aces, off winners, on power, on the both power on the serve and the rally shots, right? But Sinner will get less errors with those winners. He'll match him in the power, he'll match him on the serve, he'll match him on the power, on the ground strokes, match him on the winners, but be more accurate and get less errors and get the same amount of winners. That happened to put him over the edge. I said the next thing is he'll be better defensively, which will mean it's harder for Fritz to finish points, to get past Sinner's better defense. Whereas Fritz won't be as good defensively. So when Sinner's in control, it'll be easy for him to finish the points. The last thing I said, the return of serve. They've both got big serves, but when Sinner's big serve comes through, it's going against a poor return in Fritz. But when Fritz serves a big serve, it's going against a good returner. So when you add all the strengths, the power on the rally shots, the power on the serve, Sinner is matching Fritz in that, but to get those winners with the power game that Fritz gets, Fritz has to give up more errors. Sinner is more Sinner is more accurate, which means he's matching all Fritz's strengths, but then the errors Fritz has to give you to get those winners, Sinner doesn't, and that put him over that's what I said would happen. That did happen, and that would put him over the line. And then I said, when you've got 2 big servers, Sinner's a better returner. But when Sinner's got his big serve, Fritz is a poor return and they're not coming back. But Fritz's serves much more of them coming back and much more quality. Then when both guys are into control of the point, Fritz is slow and a poor defender. I would say Sinner's quite a good defender. So when Fritz is trying to finish points, Sinner's defending quite well and making it hard to finish points. When Fritz tries to use his big serve, Sinner's returning a lot of them. But when Sinner does a big serve, like when Sinner does a big serve, Fritz is not returning them the way Sinner's returning them. When Sinner's in control of the rally, Fritz is not defending or not putting up any resistance. So it's much more easy. So when you consider that, when Sinner's in control of the point, Fritz is not offering anything in the defensive part of the game, right? So it's easy for Sinner to finish points. When Fritz is in control, Sinner's doing better defensively, and it's hard for Fritz to finish the points. When they're both using their big serve, Sinner's big serve against a poor Fritz return. But when Fritz returns, when Fritz serves, he's getting a good return of Sinner. And then in just the rally shots, they're both matching each other on power in the ground strokes and the serve. But Fritz has to give up more errors to get those winners, both on the power from the serve and the power in the rally shots. But when Sinner's doing it, he's getting that same amount of winners as Fritz, but less errors. So with the same winners, same power, less errors, better return of serve and better defense, and just more accuracy. That's what puts Sinner ahead. That's what I said would happen. That's what happened. But like when you think about it, when everything Fritz is doing, the power on the rally and the serve, and Sinner's already matching that, and they're already equal, and he's already matched all of Fritz's strengths, but then he's more accurate, more patient, less errors, better at defense, and better at the return of serve. All those things are putting him over the top, but then all the good things Fritz are doing, he's already got that. So that's why Fritz really had nowhere to go, because all the good things he was doing, Sinner was also doing. But he was doing these other really good things that Fritz couldn't do, which leave Fritz with no chance, because when Fritz's power game and serve is matched, but he has to give up errors to do it and Sinner doesn't, he's in trouble. When his big serve is returned by Sinner's good return, but when Sinner returns, Fritz can't return. And then when they're trying to finish the point, and again, he's matched him in every area, but Sinner's offering better defense than Fritz. Better in all these areas, but in all Fritz's strong areas, he's matching him in that. When all your strong areas, your opponent's doing those things the exact same way, but then there are other strengths they have that you don't have, there's really nothing you can do. So at times when Fritz's power shots were landing in, they were equal. But when they missed, he went behind. And Fritz was always in trouble because his serve was coming back, but Sinner's wasn't, due to the difference in return of serves. And then it was much easier for Sinner to finish the points with a poor defense of Fritz. But Fritz was much harder, and sometimes he had to go for too much power near the line. And he was already making more errors, but then with a better defender, you need to go for more power near the line and make even more errors. So it happened the way I said it would. Sinner matches Fritz in all these good areas. He's better in other areas, which puts him over the top. And for Fritz, when all your good areas are matched and the other guy's doing other good things you can't do, there's nothing much you can do other than when you just get hot with the power game and they all land in, maybe they're equal for a while. But when as soon as they miss, you fall behind. And then the fact of where I knew it was either going to be 3 or 4 sets, I thought 4. And when Fritz is serving for the set, he got hot for a set. That's what I thought. He would win a set. That's what I thought. He was in a position to serve it out. That's what I expected. The only thing that happened is when he was serving it out, he had a horrible game. And that's what caused it to be 3 sets for Sinner instead of 4. So basically everything happened the way I expected. And I thought it would be 4, but just whether he holds serve in that third set or doesn't, it just makes it either 3 or 4. He couldn't do it. So Sinner won basically the same way that I'd thought he would, in the same way by being better in certain areas than Fritz, but just as good as all Fritz's strengths. And there was nothing more than Fritz could do. Best case is he gets hot for one set and they all land in and hits amazing shots and wins a set. He almost did that, but couldn't serve it out. So basically everything that I said on the preview happened. And just because Fritz didn't hold serve, we had straight sets instead of 4. But yeah, when someone's matching all your strengths, but then they have other strengths which you don't have, you're in trouble. And Fritz was in trouble, and he lost the exact way that I described. The match went the exact way that I would describe. And Jannik Sinner is your 2024 US Open champion. That's my video for today. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Oh, wait, before we end it, right? I need to say one thing. Let's look at the last 3 years in Grand Slams, the changing of the guard, right? 2022, Nadal had 2 Grand Slams. He won the Australian Open and the French Open. Djokovic won Wimbledon and Alcaraz won the US Open. So 2 Grand Slams for Nadal, 1 for Djokovic and 1 for Alcaraz. 2023, 3 Grand Slams for Djokovic, 1 for Alcaraz. Again, the old guard is still there. Nadal and Djokovic get 3 in 2022. Alcaraz 1. 2023, Djokovic 3, Alcaraz 1. But look what's happened in 2024. 2 Grand Slams for Carlos Alcaraz and 2 for Jannik Sinner and none for the old guard. The changing of the guard has finally happened with Sinner winning the Australian Open, the US Open, and Alcaraz winning the French Open and Wimbledon. 2 Grand Slams each for these young guys and none for the older generation. And the changing of the guard has officially happened. That's the end of your Grand Slams for the year. And again, 2 Grand Slams for Jannik Sinner, 2 for Carlos Alcaraz, but Jannik Sinner is your 2024 US Open champion. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. And thanks for watching, guys. Be back for my next video. Probably it'll be before the next Masters 1000. Definitely the Paris Masters. I'll be doing the World Tour Finals and maybe Shanghai too. But be back in the next few weeks. The video will come out, but subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And thanks for being with me, guys. Thanks for being with me, guys. Subscribe and see you guys in a few weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.